Hello and welcome back to BBAI Trader. Today I will go through 9 stocks that were in the most active, and we will start with Intel. So Intel, it got 22% jump today after 5 billion. The news of Nvidia invested 5 billion into the company, and I think you should know why, because Nvidia is trying to get favor from the Trump admin, and Trump admin is actually buying to Intel because they get 10%. So if Nvidia invests in Intel, which means they got a little bit, they give a little bit of that 10% to go to the Trump admin, and basically they get free money in a way. But you know, that's different story. Now we talk about investment. So $5 billion, and it jumped to at high at 32.38. So now we're gonna take a look, and you see I got a bunch of I used to track Intel, but somehow I got too busy and forgot about it, and boom, it jumped. All right, you can see all the chart here. That's before I did it. Now let's take a quick look. Now if we look long term, like really long term, and we'll see right now is making its move. You can see between the blue line and green line is actually buying zone, and it was as high as 68 in 2020, and then it went all the way to 20 something and bounced up to 51 and then pulled lower. Now it's breaking out. What's going on? Now we look back. So what happened here? You can see it, this gap right here after the drop is filled today in a way, not really, but in a way it filled up today. But maybe it will come back and fill it again. I don't know, but you see the gap here? It means from 25 to 30, it will get filled one day. We don't know when, but it will. Okay, so let's zoom a little bit closer. All right, so all right, so basically this is the trend line. Even though we got a breakout, it might move more, or it's gonna pull back at least to 27 to test, right? And knowing that is maybe it will come back to like 28 to test this resistance, now become support. So I expect it to come down to around 27. Okay, so something like this. Then it's gonna bounce. And if it come down to test, I think I'm gonna buy it. Okay. So I will keep an eye on this, and I will track it for probably in a week or two. It will come back, and you know, it's good. I was thinking of buying, well, I did bought some, but then I sold it when I get to 23, and I forgot about it. Got too busy with other stocks like United Health and stuff. So I forgot about it. But now, with this around 29 and this 27. Most likely it's gonna pull back 27 and it will bounce. Might come even down to, no, 27 is right here. Oh, that was 27.45. So I would say about 27 to 27.50 is a good area to buy. Well, when you talk about Intel, you need to talk about AMD. So what about AMD? After the broke out from low in April, it did not even come back. But so the last earning, I say most likely you're gonna pull back to 58, but there's also a chance of a bounce. So what you saw was that day it came down to 158, so pretty close to my target, and then it's bounced up to 180 something to test this high, and then it pulled back ever since. So now we have, you can see that the trend chain is broken, pivoted. So now we have to draw a new trend. So high. Well, you know why I didn't choose this one, right? Because of the, going back to the basic, we choose the high and the line that go through most of the high points. Same for the low, right? Choose the low and then go across most low. All right. So right now, short term is a little bit over. So long term is turning lower. So the trend got lower, weaker. And because of today news, you can see it was as low as 150 and then pull back, right? So now let's zoom in a little bit. You can see the gap here. It's also the high here, right? And then the pivot low here. So this point is pretty important. So it's 146. So I'm thinking this will be where it's gonna go next. So most likely we may come down a little bit more. And then it's gonna bounce up here. Maybe here to test. And then they're gonna go lower here. So, or maybe even down here. Looks like we are following the trend lower for AMD. Right? So we will see how it is. If Intel is coming up, AMD is gonna go down. That's just how it works, because Intel will basically get its market share back. All right, Snap. So last earning, I say, because it was pretty oversold, but I say a lot of time it gapped down on earning like this one, you see. So I say, okay, that's a chance of a bounce, but it might even go lower because of the bear flag here. And I gave 830 as a target, and it went all the way under. And guess what? It's curving back. So around from 7, now it's 840. All right, so let's see what's going on with the stock. Okay, so you can see here. All right, so this was the trend, but looked like it's getting broken. It's broke out. So short term, long term is still oversold, but the momentum is starting to pick up. Short term is already dead. So here is the gap at 9 something, and now we're at 8 something. I'm thinking most likely we'll have a pullback at least to 780, and then maybe pull back a little and then bounce a little bit, and after this is either pull lower down to, let's say, 727, or you're gonna go higher at least to here, to 9. All right, so we got so most likely we have a pullback first, then a bounce, and then we will see what next. But we don't know. I don't know yet. We have to see how the chart work first. But we got a breakout, and a lot of time it will come down to retest. But if we got some news about a company, like some new tech or whatever, or I don't know, some investment, we might see 9 pretty soon. So keep an eye on that. BBAI, haven't seen this stock before, and I heard that BlackRock invested in this stock, I believe. Okay. I forgot. Well, it's okay. The news is just showing where the stock will go or explain it, but a lot of time the chart will tell you. So we got the high here, okay, and the low in a way. Actually, more like this. So it broke out already. So I guess this is AI related stock. Okay, and it got some news, so it jumped. Short term and long term is still over. So because of all this week, right, is went lower, but now it's making a bounce after a couple months. So next, I would say there will be a pullback, maybe to around here, 532, 530, and then we might have a bounce, at least to 6. All right, so that's what I'm thinking it will do next. Okay. What I notice here is you can see this is the M, right? Or the inverse W. A lot of time when you see this, the middle part of the M or W, if the stock go past that, it will come back and test it, and you can see it right here. So now that it did, I'm thinking we have a pullback, and then maybe a bounce. After that, we will check back. But for now, I think this is the most likely what's gonna happen. AT&T, I sold it around here. No, 28 something. about, I don't know, maybe a couple months back. So around here. No, or right here. 28 something because I expected a pullback. So it did, and then guess what? I forgot about it as well. So what's next for AT&T? All right, you can see, even though we haven't checked back, but the trend is still intact. Pretty crazy, right? Even though maybe it's moved up a little bit. If I say like this or like that, however, it's still kind of in the same. Okay, so if I pull back here, it's still inside the trend, the channel. All right, so what's next? This has been actually overbought a lot. You can see both short and long term. So I do believe it will pull back. Okay, maybe to 28.50. All right. So if I move like here, there you go. You can see from this low to this low right here. So most likely it's gonna pull back and then bounce again to 29. So we will see. But this is my prediction for short term for AT&T. Other than that, I don't see a lot. This could be a bull flag right here. So if we have any good news, it might actually can even go higher. Maybe we will have a breakout if that happens. So we have to check back and see for AT&T. It's been a while I have seen check at it because I'm so busy with other stuff. I make some okay money, but it would be nice to get some dividend from AT&T as well. Even though I still have some Verizon in my portfolio. SOFI, I haven't come back to it since the last earning. So look like we'll have earning in about 47 days. All right. So anyway, I expected to. It was a little bit oversold right here, but it got a bull flag here. So say maybe you're gonna go and hit 25 up here. So I mean, not on the earning day. It went up to 23 something and then pulled back, and then subsequently after a couple weeks it hit, pulled back, and then tried to break out. You can see it tried to break out from the channel. All right, so let's delete this. All right, so what's next? Okay, so I will keep this line as reference, but let's see the trend. So the trend is actually up. Okay, and it went up pretty good. So we got again overbought. Okay, so when it's overbought, it went up a lot. Even if we have some good news, but it has to be really good. Otherwise, we will have a pullback at least to 24. 50. Okay, and then a bounce back to this blue line before getting pulled back a little bit more, but it will need good earning and news to continue. The good thing is it got a target price, a buy from Mizuho, increasing the price target to 31, right? So that means it might have more time. But here's the thing: a lot of the banks and price estimate people, they always late. All right, they always late. So cannot trust them. I rather look at a chart and predict my own. All right, but most likely we'll have a pullback and then a bounce for SOFI. Still looking good. PLTR. So over from here, when I say we might have a pullback, because really overbought. It did, and then slowly climbing up again. You can see from here, down, up. Okay, and however the R side, the relative strength is not as high as before. So and it's also at the top of the channel. So I expect a pullback here before it bounces more. But it needs really good news, okay? Otherwise, we might have a test of this low at 153 at least. So when it pull back here, we will have a pivot. We don't know which way, but we will see. We'll check back. But I do expect a pullback for PLTR. Okay, not much going on. It's still within the channel. Yeah. All right, next for BBAI immersion technology. Okay, so you can see after the big bounce went back, right, and then double, pull back again, and now climbing up. Right now, short term and long term is still oversold from the big rally, but it was short-lived. But now it's actually overbought again. And relative strength is still not that high. And we have a reversal signal here. Like you see this here, this is a mean. It's gonna work out, but it got more chance of a pullback from this. Where will it pull back to? If I look at the trend, right, I can see it's gonna look like let me see. It's a little bit hard to draw this one, but I would say something like this. So we have a pullback probably to 48.60. And then we'll have a bounce to 55. Okay, so but you never know, maybe there's some news come in and it bounce again and test 67 before it pull back here to retest. However, I see a more chance of pullback and a bounce, but you know, you never know. We will check back and see what it does. All right, the last one is Lulu. Lulu been bidding up badly, and right now is trying to bounce. All right. So after earning, it dropped from 200 down to 160 something, 68, and then it went down a little bit lower. You can see the trend line here, support. It bounced a little bit, and now at 169. All right, so 187 is basically this low, and then next will be 200. So here's the thing, 200 could be possible if it has any good news or just decent news, because it's been oversold, overshort. Now just it needs something, and the short squeeze will come in and all the call will trigger, and you will see 200. Then maybe we pull back to maybe 186, and then it will go. Next is, I would say, here at 225. All right, so 225. So we need to keep an eye on this, because one is move, it's gonna move very quickly, just like United Health and even Intel. You just never know. All right, thanks for hanging out with me today. So if you like this video, click a like, share, and subscribe. If you want me to review any stock, just comment to the video, and then I will review it when the next video that I do. So have a good weekend. Bye.